Jags here from Red Jags. I'll be doing the English commentary for the clan tournaments for my buddy FATSQUATCH here today. I'm actually really excited to go ahead and get started with this because this is my very first voiceover commentary work. For FATSQUATCH, I tried watching a bit of his videos in order to get an idea of what this game is. Now, a lot of you might be saying, what do you mean there? Well, I've never actually played this game before. I've never actually seen the game footage or gameplay in general for Art of War. So it's going to be very interesting for a whole brand new perspective, obviously from myself to you guys. For anyone who already knows this game really well, I really apologize because, you know, like I said, I'm brand new to this. For anyone who's in the same boat as I am, get prepared to probably get destroyed just a little bit. But as we can see here, we're browsing FATSQUATCH's little base right here. From what I've gathered after reviewing this footage, he is the yellow, and his buddy Siege is definitely the red. So as we can see here, we're starting to get ready into the fight here. Now, I personally didn't think that a 2v1 would work out really well until I realized there were some nice little troops getting ready to help him out. I actually have really a hard time distinguishing who is who, but from what I've gathered here, it looks like we got some red fighting blue right here. Speaking of red versus blue, this pretty much, you know, kind of triggered some old school classic Halo for me, so I'm kind of excited about that. But you know what? That's not what we're here about. We're here about Art of War. Alright, so as you can see here, we got Siege here trying to make some new... Oh, we got a little message from Mom. Oh, with a smiley face. You know what? Sometimes that's all you need when you're playing video games, especially a game as hardcore as Art of War. You get a little smiley face from Tu Madre, and you end up winning. This is definitely going to lead to victory, so shout out to Mom for creating such joy and happiness in FATSQUATCH's life in order to achieve his goal, that is victory. But as we can see here, we're just kind of browsing through different little areas in this map here, trying to strategize and everything to make sure we get to where we want. Oh, and then we got Siege's boat over here attacking an enemy base. I'm not exactly sure what this base is, but you know what? It doesn't really matter what it is, because the only idea and the only thing we care about is to make sure that thing blows up, as well as that guy right there. Are we going to get him? No, we are not. We're just going to drive away and pretend that never happened. And then we have Siege's other little go-kart over here. And then we are eventually killing some more infantry over here. Looks like we are headed back more northeast corner to attack the blue base here. If I am correct, this might be... Dr. K's base, but I could be mistaken. Or it could be his pal's base. Maybe it's his. I mean, it has to be one or the other. We have a 50-50 chance of getting that right. But looks like we have achieved some greatness. That is advanced construction. Oh, it looks like we did have some green tanks coming on the lines up there. Alright, and oh boy, we got the big old alligator boat right here from Siege. This is something that was completely, I mean, everything's new to me, but seeing just the massive scale of this ship is ridiculous. Now, from before I actually got started trying to get all the information down on this video, FATSQUATCH actually mentioned to me that Siege has these gigantic alligator boats. Now, I didn't quite understand what they were. All I knew is that they were fairly and very powerful. After reviewing this footage and what you guys are about to see, these things destroy everything pretty much within less than what seems like 30 seconds, which is absolutely ridiculous. But the strategy he has is fantastic. So he came along the side that you saw there, and he's just kind of chilling on that little area right there, just blowing up buildings. And honestly, this tactic and this quote-unquote strategy of his has actually worked out very, very well. Because as you will continue seeing throughout the footage in general and the gameplay, he just absolutely demolishes and destroys everything. Looks like we got another little something sink down right there. Some more green buildings or whatever the heck is going on. Like I said, this is going to be my first time doing commentary for Art of War, so I hope you guys are enjoying it just as much as I am. I've reviewed this footage once, and I just tried going straight into it, so, you know, bear with me. Alright, so it looks like we got another building down here. As you can see right here, Siege's 2 alligator boats right here are just going to town on the green team. And the green team doesn't even stand a chance. They are just, they're getting wiped out. Like, there's no chance of survival for them. Alright, looks like we've got some common defense. I'm not exactly sure what they need that for, because they're doing absolutely fantastic. Alright, so it looks like we're browsing here a little bit, see what's going on in the blue area. It looks like it's nice and quiet. Looks like they are a little AFK, which is nice. The green section looks like they're trying to get things together, but who knows, because they're getting wiped out faster than we can imagine. I mean, we're only about, like, what, 6 minutes into this video, and you can see on the map here that green is almost completely wiped out. Like, there's almost no existence left. So here Siege is trying to go ahead and create more infantry, possibly some more tanks here, and advanced construction as well. He got his other high-powered tank over here, and, you know, that's kind of an oxymoron, kind of a given. You would think, I don't know what these guys are doing. They're screaming and panicking in fear. Insert random clip there of these guys screaming. I don't know. If that does get put in there, you're welcome. But as you can see here, we're back at the alligator boats right here for Siege. We got some of the blue team. We got some rockets being fired at them. It doesn't really seem like they even scratched the surface of these gigantic behemoths of a battleship. The infantry gets wiped out fairly quickly. We got 1, we got 2. And now let's go after Steve. Alright, now that Steve is down, we can go after Carlton. No one really cared about Carlton, so get rid of him. Then we'll get rid of this tank. And honestly, I thought blowing up the tank would actually be a lot longer than killing an infantry. But that doesn't seem to be the case, which I found very strange. Anyways, we're going back to the green base, reviewing here. It looks like nothing is really going on, but yet again, they are just wandering about trying to figure out how to play the game, it seems like. And no disrespect to you, I've never played the game. I know I would join in, and then I would end up killing myself somehow. So, you know what, it's okay, you're fine. Oh, and look, those guys are running back and forth, screaming again. Alright, so Siege is back at it again, trying to make his true armada and just gigantic warfare of tanks. He is making absolutely nothing but heavy brute force that is tanks and alligator boats. I just like saying alligator boats. You know, it's kind of a shame this could be in Florida. You know, you don't know that. Could be one of those alligator boats. You're just driving along the river, and then before you know it, everyone's dead. It's okay. So here are some more of the yellow team here, it looks like. AKA this would be FATSQUATCH. Doing a little diversion from what it looks like. They looked like they gave like false hope pretty much towards the blue team. It looks like they were charging straight in ahead, full on Roman bum rush. But that wasn't the case. They decided to go ahead and flank left instead, going ahead and attacking the green base once again. And then obviously you have Siege's little alligator boats. How many times have I said alligator boats in this episode, guys? You should probably count, or every time I do it. If you guys, depending on what time you're watching this, you might want to go ahead and actually take a swig of a little drink every time I say alligator boats. That could be a fun brand new game for all you guys. But anyways, looks like we got a vehicle attack going on over here. So let's see. Siege has created a lot more heavy tanks here. Looks like we got some brand new friends over here, actually. We got a little machine gun guy over here, just kind of shoot the building. That's probably going to take quite some time, but you know what? Better some damage than absolutely no damage. And then these guys thought it would be a smart idea to attack Siege and his heavy artillery. Not the smartest idea. They get wiped out literally within seconds. That Joe over there had no idea what he was getting himself into, so he got blown to bits. That's okay. Obviously, he's mocking him right there, just laughing out loud. I mean, obviously, if I was actually in that moment too, I would probably be laughing, be like, "What are you doing, man? Like, you don't stand a chance. It's obvious. Like, you're like, you know what? I can do this. I'm having a really great day today. I really believe I can go ahead and defeat you." And dead, just within seconds. But Siege is taking all of his little bandmates over here, and they are going at it. You can see on the map, like, they are moving very, very quick. And this is the part that's just so satisfying. Why? Look at all those rockets. Yeah, it's doing some damage here and there to his tanks and everything, but look how fast he destroys all of the blue team's buildings over here, along with a lot of the infantry that blue team's trying to go ahead and pull in a little bit more, obviously try to defend their base. Not really working out to the best of their advantage. They get wiped out within seconds. All those buildings are gone. And these tanks are now moving a little bit more north. Looks like some more towards the northeast corner in order to flank a little bit more to destroy more buildings. Once again, all these buildings are getting destroyed faster than I can imagine. So it almost seems like an unfair advantage at this point, only because of a level difference here. But from what you saw from the intro of this video, there's a big, big gap between levels here. So Siege has just, he has a complete advantage here from what it seems like. But anyways, we got FATSQUATCH over here, flanking very, very far right here. Going into what looks like the little brush area. Looks like he's trying to do a little. I'm curious on what he's going to be doing here. Obviously, he's taking cover in the very high, very high trees. That looks absolutely beautiful, by the way. But it looks like, oh, okay. So they're going ahead, flanking from the right, very, very far right to you can't go anymore. And it looks like they are causing a distraction, actually, for Siege, who's on the left-hand side, taking care of business once again. Now, this is absolutely fantastic to see. This is true teamwork right here. You got one team who got everything together, aka FATSQUATCH, flanking hard left in order to destroy all the buildings there. If there were any infantry coming from the blue team or whatever is left of the green team, which is literally none to zero, there is not going to be much they can do here. You got heavy tanks just chilling over there. If anyone walks on over, they're immediately dead. We got a couple of infantry machine gunners over here from FATSQUATCH just flanking a little bit more. Looks like more guys have arrived. So we're just taking out these buildings one by one by one. And after we go ahead and get rid of those, goodbye blue team. We get started as well here from FATSQUATCH going ahead and trying to destroy the last of the green base. What they do here is actually really, I think, is personally very fascinating. You'll actually see here in just a second. So no spoilers, because I want to show you guys what happens. It's kind of like the most like passive aggressive way of like winning, but done correctly at the same time. Siege's base is just, it looks undeniably beautiful at this point. They just won. There's no way they didn't. Look at your map here. Everything that's hovering right there, FATSQUATCH's base right here, massive. You got, there's like no one destroyed at all. And then you see Siege's base, and no, not even a scratch. Like maybe they bumped their baby toe like slightly, but got over it. That's pretty much what it is at this point. It looks like some of Siege's, I think it looked like he was just shooting at himself. But what you can see here, they left it at the little smidge left here. I need to kill with Arma. Okay, not a problem. So it looks like Siege is going all out with this. And going ahead, they just left that at the tiniest little bit of health before anything here. And just so they can destroy this building first, because they want to get rid of blue first. And immediately after they do that, we go back to the green base, and they finish the game like a boss. And let's wait for that fire. Let's wait for it. They're just chilling over there. Siege is having a good time. Shows up with FATSQUATCH to end the game in complete victory.